Hello and welcome to Popcorn and Plot Holes. We watched
The Crow, apparently.
We watched The Crow. They're making another Crow, actually.
Yeah.
Starring.
Who is it starring? Like, is it
Bill Skarsgård?
Skarsgård? That's right. God.
Oh, that's
Just stop making crows. First of all, no one gives a shit about the movie. Second of all, people die all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, we didn't watch
true?
that. We watched the Marvels. Yeah, the Marvels. The Kamala Khan vehicle. As it were.
The actress.
Not just
that's the character.
Not just Iman Vellani, just Miss Marvel.
Just
Yes.
Miss
Okay.
Marvel, yeah.
Don't you tell me to smile. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and yeah, the Beastie Boys fucking vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're gonna make a
Beastie
comeback.
Beastie Facts are back. With me as always, Chris, Luciano.
I don't know how to follow whatever Chris did.
No one does. That's fair. And also Spencer.
You do this. Sup?
Yeah, I'm glad I took the option that I did.
You
Back
took
here-
the easy way out.
Back
Sorry,
here
go
on Earth and not the singing planet, whose name I will never say
Oh,
correctly.
hey.
Alana.
I'm not acknowledging it. Not a real place.
I mean, you're right. It isn't a real place.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Marvels. We're going positive. What do we like about the Marvels? And I'll start this week. I really enjoyed the energy between the Marvels. Mostly Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau. Carol Danvers is, I don't know
White
what
toast.
it is about Brie Larson, but she just
A-
played her
a,
in.
a tall glass of warm water.
Right,
Oh
but
my
we're
God.
focusing
No.
on the positive. We're being positive
Yes.
right now.
Oh, I am positive she is a tall glass of Melba toast slices.
Well, real positive, not fake positive.
It's positive. I love Melba toast.
That's
He's got you there.
no, that's fair. That is positive.
Bitch, you thought.
It's almost like you said it in because no one else like. Anyways, no, we're not going to continue. Moving on. So I think
This is what you get for starting.
that's fair. Yeah, my bad. It was fun to
You
see them
pressed
interact.
record.
Hey man,
go on.
I'm talking now. It's fun to see them interact. They, especially Kamala. Like she, is it Iman Vellani?
Vellani. Yeah.
She was really good at just being a really earnest fangirl in a fun way that really lightened the mood of a lot of the movie when she was in it and doing it. And it carried through the whole movie, and it was interesting. And even, when we got to the music planet, they took the piss out of Captain Marvel, which was great because it was like, this is fucking stupid. This is ridiculous. So I had a fun time with that part of the movie, and thankfully it was in a large part of the movie to help, get me through.
That's fair. Yeah, I liked her in the series too. Iman Vellani is just adorable.
Did you watch the series?
I did.
Me too.
You're the guy?
There's two, actually.
What do
There's
you
two of
mean
you.
you're the guy? Yeah,
Who watched
I
the
heard,
series?
I heard someone watched it.
That's a pretty high rate. 50% of this podcast watched it. That's pretty good.
It was okay.
good
It wasn't
job,
the
guys.
greatest series of all time. It was fun, and she's definitely the highlight of it for me. For me, I liked Nick Fury in this. Like I was having fun. They allowed him to say, they allowed Samuel L. Jackson to say shit twice in the same sentence, which I enjoyed greatly, and just the fact that he was kind of weirdly happy-go-lucky. I don't know why it just tickled me in a good way. When he says, when he has the new baby Flerkened in his arms, and he goes to eat one of the guys or whatever, and he goes, "Oh no, mom, not my good eye!" That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was like, I loved Samuel L. Jackson in this. This is my favorite part of the movie.
Spencer, be positive.
I'm trying.
Trying to stay awake
hard.
is what you're trying to do.
A lot of your positives are like my negatives, so it's confusing. It's
Do
gonna
the
be
opposite.
Split takes.
Do the opposite of whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
Who would
Whatever.
have thought that between the four of us, Spencer would be the one that hates fun?
He
I
hates
didn't
women.
hate fun.
I think we've established that.
Oh,
that's
there we
insult,
go.
Spencer.
Don't invoke him.
Don't invoke his name. Did somebody say women?
Shit.
He who must not be named.
We have
He who
to
must not
say
be
it.
invoked.
Back to your white panel is Ven.
We have to say at least 2 more times. That's the
Yeah,
rule.
it's
You
true.
say it 3 times. You've only said it once, so we're
While
fine.
looking at yourself in a computer screen.
That's correct.
That's the rules.
So looking at yourself on a Reddit page.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm trying. I liked. I'm struggling.
Do you want to tag me in while you cook
Yeah,
on
you
it?
go first. You go
Okay.
first.
So I really loved all of the references to challah in this movie. I especially loved.
This man is holding up a loaf of bread, everybody.
This is an audio format.
I don't give a fuck. I specifically came. I was like, wait, we have challah. Let me bring it to the podcast. And I'm holding it like a
We
teddy
have
bear.
a guest. Matt, you didn't introduce our guest. Holla.
Sorry. First time
Matt Callas.
caller, holla.
Hello.
From Israel.
Hello, how are you? Yeah,
That's
not to be
racist.
concerned.
That is
I don't know.
racist.
I'm just changing. I'm changing my voice. It's the same voice that we hear in my daughter's story podcast. Anyways, one of them. Anyways, one of the things that I enjoyed the most, actually, quite frankly, was Monica Rambeau Spectrum. Loved seeing her fully, like, at least her power set fully developed, and just like, even though she was discovering the rest of it in the series as opposed to like in WandaVision getting them right. Loved how she had her time. She was, even though she was like ice cold grilling her auntie Carol for the most part of it, which I also enjoyed. She knew when to check it. She knew when to be professional, but at the same time, like, I just liked seeing. You know what? Damn, I think this is probably one of the first super powered. Female Black Marvel characters on screen. Like Shuri, she could probably like wipe the floor with Shuri. So I was just like, it was good to see someone either at or just underneath Captain Marvel's power level with a similarity. So I just really enjoyed seeing that too. It's like representation. I really
That's
like
fair.
it.
I wanna
fair.
talk about the statement of being at or near Captain Marvel's
Yeah.
powers. We're gonna save that for a little bit. Spoiler
It's a
alert,
hard disagree.
that's essentially the plot point. Miss Marvel.
I'm going to fight you
is
on
the
it, and I'm
plot
going to
point.
fight you with my challah.
Okay, you know what's great for audio podcast? Hearing you open a
Oh,
bag.
yeah, opening
you
up
can hear that?
Just
bread.
the best.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mute that.
Put that hollow
This man
away.
is a
put
master
that
of his
away.
craft.
Keep it in
He
your
shows
pants.
a fucking bread on camera and then he opens a plastic bag. On
Listen, we need variety and texture for our audience.
Is
Not
that a
that
loaf
kind
of
of
bread in
texture.
your pants, or are you just happy to see us?
It's a loaf of bread in your microphone.
I
Oh, no,
hate
it's a
this.
loaf of bread in your ears. There you
No,
go.
come on, man. I gotta
I'm
edit
done,
that
I'm
out.
done.
It's
worse.
so bad. Worse.
Anyways,
Okay,
Spencer.
I figured out the part I liked. I liked when Captain Marvel goes full power mode, because it's the closest I'll get to seeing a live action Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan mode, and I think it looks pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when I like when her hair like goes, but it happened. I think it happened more in the first movie, where like her hair.
Well, yeah,
goes
she
all
went full
floaty.
Super Saiyan when she flew through a Kree, like Super Star Destroyer, whatever the hell they call those things.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
it came to Earth, and she's just like, no thanks.
Yeah, I just
True.
like it when she goes like all out, because
Yeah.
it really shows how it's cool seeing like a superhero that's like that powerful on live
True.
action.
Yeah.
You don't see it
If-
very much.
If we
Even
had
Superman doesn't really do it in his movies. He's always holding back.
to,
Yeah.
true.
Little bitch.
What Super Saiyan level do you think Carol is at?
She's definitely like would be like level. I'm not like super versed in the Dragon Ball Z world.
There's at
but
least 4, and then
yeah,
there's others.
I'd say like 2.
Okay, cool. That I feel like, yeah, and she doesn't, we don't have to sacrifice like her uniform or her growing a tail or any of that shit. It would be great if she grew a mullet at Carol Captain Marvel level 2.
It's not really a mullet if you're talking about Dragon Ball. It grows a full head of hair, but whatever.
Yes, but it would work for her.
So back
She
in
could pull it off.
the Marvel movie,
I think she could.
The what now?
the Marvels.
Oh.
We watch
Oh, what were we talking about?
the Marvels.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
No, we're good.
Great.
What's the Marvel?
It's a family
Well-
sitcom starring Captain Marvel as the asexual mom, her niece Monica, and their
Cut 'em off.
adopted daughter
cut him off before he crashes
You
the plane.
asked the question.
No, but he's digging himself deeper.
I wasn't.
This is what happens
Okay.
when you ask questions you shouldn't ask. Now you have to suffer the consequences.
You know what? That's on me. That's on me. I gave him.
One does not simply ask a question with no consequences.
I opened the door that was leading off a cliff, and we all walked through.
That's your
So-
mistake. Let's talk about some stuff that happened in the movie that maybe didn't make sense to us. I'm gonna skip right to the end because that's where I want to
Oh!
start.
Just move backwards, just
Well, yeah, sure, backwards.
like Memento.
Yeah. Memento. Why did Darben feel the need to? I guess she didn't plan on it, but why did we bust a hole in the universe?
I mean,
To what end?
like you said, she didn't intend to.
What
Right?
did she intend to do?
I think she wanted to just because she had opened like a hole to siphon the sun.
Yeah.
She just wanted to kind of open the hole wider. I don't know.
Did she need to open it wider?
Well,
No, a lot of things that happened in this movie didn't need to happen.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
She wanted, in all the other instances, she took the air, she took the water,
Right.
Earth, Wind,
which you
and
can
Fire.
which you can suck through a
Wait,
hole.
air, water,
if
and
it's-
fire. Sorry, Spencer.
Sorry, that's okay. You can suck air and water through a hole, and they can be transported to your world. The sun, wouldn't it have to be a sun-sized hole to suck the whole sun through?
You asked
Didn't
great
look
questions.
like it. It looked like it was sucking it in like a swirl or whatever.
In
Like, yeah. So if it's in a swirl, it's not going to create another like sphere. It's just going to release hot fire. like,
set the world,
into
the whole
space.
entire planet on fire.
Listen, I love these questions, but why are we shitting on the soft serve approach of the sun eating that that Darben was executing? Don't you?
Well-
The real question is, why do you hate soft serve?
Well, Matt's question was why the fuck did she like open a gaping hole in reality? And we're
we don't
trying
have
to answer it.
answer the question I ask when Chris wants to ask why people hate soft serve. That's clearly more important.
Back to the sun.
You know
like,
what? Matt
this
made a
is-
good point. I'm not a big fan of soft serve. You know, it's
too soft.
It's too
This is
soft.
it's an interesting like. So why did she open a hole in reality? Well, I have a counter for you. Why do you hate ice cream?
People hate things.
The parallel makes sense. Like you said, swirl, soft serve sun into the hollow atmosphere. Okay.
Let's
Chris,
try this.
explaining
We're
your
on it.
insanity doesn't make it any better.
Let's
Don't
try to
worry.
stay on this movie. We've already
Don't worry about the
hard
ice cream. Yes,
We've
let's
already taken
go
hard-
into it.
off ramps from this movie like twice in the 12 minutes we've been talking.
Okay.
So I'm fine with taking this to the sun and the plan Darben had because that kind of leads into her dying and ripping a hole in space time apparently.
Yes.
But like, you know, if you're gonna suck a sun, the challenge here for me is, I believe the sun is just a ball of gas, correct?
Yeah.
Well, how come Hala had that burned out husk of a thing left over? It looked like it was physically hard on the outside.
Well, I
There's
mean,
some.
do you really want to get
Pause.
into the physics of stars, or
That's a good question, but I have a question. Milkshakes? Question mark?
Yeah.
Also too soft.
You know,
Too soft.
needs to be thicker. I'm tired of losing all my fillings when I'm trying to enjoy my beverage. Okay, so then like based on that, is Hala's sun like just different?
Well,
is it what is it?
it
A cold?
didn't show? It
Hot
didn't
cold?
show exactly where to try and defend this probably indefensible thing.
Wow.
The
Let him
they
cook.
showed the whole opening and siphoning like Earth's sun, right?
Right.
But it didn't show exactly where it was going
Going.
on the other side. So we can assume, being charitable, that they were siphoning one sun into the other. I guess.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Not that that would make much more sense.
Well, I
but-
guess.
Yeah, no, that could make sense because if their sun would, even though it's a husk, would have like a gravitational pull. So all you'd have to do is open a hole near that husk, and the gaseous flame that was sucked through the hole would go towards that nearest giant planetoid.
I mean, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. You know, we don't want to spend too much time talking about this. Apparently, it's fine and it was completely justified. So I'm fine with that answer.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
She had her reasons.
I think this is early, but I think we should probably just give Luciano time to get out of his system now.
No? Is it time?
Don't really need to get it. Well, you really? Do you want to? Okay.
Is it time?
Listeners, it's time to take your smoke break, get your drinks, go to the bathroom.
If I don't let you get it out now, it's going to come up later at some inopportune time. So let's just get it out of the way early. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to a little portion of the show we called Actually with Luciano.
Okay, this I don't have as much anger and hatred and anything like that in me like I did last time.
Just let it grow.
Yeah.
Let the hate flow through you.
The things that don't make sense to me in this are like we were saying, how did the sucking of the sun from one place to the other, how did that make sense? Would they have two suns? Were they trying to merge the suns? Did they understand that if they did, by some godforsaken reason, out of magic, merge the two suns, it would make a huge sun that would probably burn the fucking planet? Also,
Good.
How come? She opened like Darben opened that hole in the planet where the Kree were hiding, and all that it sucked was the air. It didn't suck anything else, like the trees,
It sucked
the ground.
the ships.
Well, when they were flying, not when they were on the ground.
You got me there.
It sucked, all right.
Yeah, and then it only sucked the air and nothing else. But then when she opened it in the Aladdin planet, it only sucked the water.
Yeah.
But then it was above the water where there's air, but it wasn't sucking the air. Like, what are these holes? Fucking holes in physics? Like, what the fuck is going on? And also, where was all this going? How is it going to just stay where they wanted it to stay? They were sucking the water, and we're just gonna put the water here. It's not gonna flood the fucking. Remember, she said the planet was 99.6%
Cook, baby,
water,
cook.
and it was like what? You're just gonna suck a little bit of water. So
62% of water. Hey, listen, Luciano, I have a recommendation for you. Go watch Spaceballs. They answer completely.
They have physics that I can get behind.
Yeah.
Physics.
Physics.
I'm not sure what that is, but
Me neither. I don't know why it came out like that.
I
It's
can
my
get
second
behind it, too.
language. It's my second language.
Is that a PayPal sub product?
It might be.
It is now.
Anyway,
Okay.
Loved it.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Actually with
just go hang my fedora somewhere.
Yeah, thank you.
On your way out.
Can we talk about so many things to talk about this movie.
Oh, there's so many.
Can we talk about why Kamala Khan's family either lost their house? Because I don't like
Destroyed.
Destroyed. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's lost in the sense that they can never live there again. I don't understand why those Kree soldiers stuck around to try to murder Kamala's parents,
and how they failed so hard at it.
and
Being
also
Kree soldiers.
and why Captain Marvel had so little regard for someone's home.
It's funny because when Monica was there, it wasn't that bad. But the moment Captain Marvel got there, she punched a guy 3 floors up.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, but don't you guys have space insurance?
yes,
I don't
superhero
think
insurance.
I don't think space insurance covers Captain Marvel.
She's from
Can
space.
Can
guys
she be
didn't get
covered
the
under
guy-
an act of God, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, because I understand it'll say space insurance, Spencer, but it'll be like a little star, like from the bottom, is like does not cover Captain Marvel.
She was technically born on Earth,
She was
therefore
technically
not
born on
space.
Earth, therefore
Yeah.
not space. Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, they've done it again. So, yeah, I mean, who cares? Their house, whatever. They're measly humans. She's become a god.
But this is not a trend where minorities are getting their houses destroyed for the
Is that a
enjoyment
trend?
It
white
is a
people?
trend.
We watched Blue Beetle like 3
yeah.
movies
Yeah, that's
ago.
true. Remember
Yeah.
Sokovia?
There you go.
Well, they're white people. It doesn't count.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but they're white people with an accent, so
they
it
didn't
kinda
speak
counts.
English, so,
Yeah.
they deserve to have their homes destroyed.
Oh no! Did someone find the incel Spencer loophole?
No.
This is a new. Oh no!
This is Avengers policy.
Oh, we are on
That's
the
twice.
edge. The preferences.
That's twice.
Don't make that mistake again.
I won't. So if it wasn't him, then who was it?
Well, it was you saying it.
No. Who have we invoked?
Oh, regular Spencer's also kind of a racist.
No, I'm just talking. That's the Avengers policy.
Oh, well, that's fair. So the Avengers are racist, is what we're coming down
Oh
to.
yeah.
That might check out.
Yeah. So Blue Beetle, their family lost their house. It was destroyed. Here, Kamala's family lost their house. It was also destroyed.
In Blue Beetle got destroyed kind of twice, right?
Yep.
First when he discovers his powers, and then when the fucking thing catches fire on that soap
I'll
opera
allow it being destroyed when he becomes a Blue Beetle because no one knows what's happening, right? So that just sucks. And even the Blue Beetle itself probably wasn't too interested. Like, does it have a concept of like human habitation and be like, oh, I shouldn't punch a hole through this door?
And
but
space,
the second
space
time,
insurance covers that.
Space insurance does cover that. That is correct.
Yeah, he's a beetle from space.
Yeah.
The second
that's
time,
fine.
no.
Yeah. Well, now that we know with the Space Beetle, never again. We'll put that in the next contract.
I keep adding
Next
to
clause.
the small like asterisk.
For every superhero that's from another planet.
Exception.
You got Blue Beetle. You got Miss Marvel. You got Martian Manhunter.
Exception.
But is this? Why is this is this the new trend? Does it? This is gonna sound.
It's
like
a little sad, but yeah,
it is, and it's minority targeted. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Oh shit! Wait, no one in. No one. For a moment, I got scared because I thought one of Kamala's family died. Also, like Jaime's family, no, we dodged that bullet. They just lost their home, their family dwelling.
Chris, we have a long history of killing father figures in movies.
Yeah,
that's standard operating procedure for comic books.
Well, they can't just show like a white boomer losing the house that they paid off finally. That'd be too terrifying for the modern day audience.
The audience and the people who paid for the movie.
Yeah, they're watching it. They're like, you can watch it full. People get killed, but they're like, oh no, the home in the suburbs.
The mortgage.
It's too close.
Does this mean they'll have to refinance?
But interest rates are so high right now. This is terrifying.
Let them live.
Yeah, so I think that's why,
It's commentary on the state.
Moving on.
That just became sad there.
Yeah.
We didn't want it
Got
to
too
go
real.
there.
Got too real.
It was real. It was too real, as in, I'll leave it there.
I just assume Nick Fury will build him a better house.
Didn't someone say
Saber.
they'd be comped at the end? But I guess not.
They meant they'd validate their parking.
80% of their parking.
Yeah. Speaking
Only
of
if you
Nick
make
Fury,
a purchase of $20 or more in the store.
did you guys like Nick Fury? I know Luciano liked him in this.
I did. I think was it just me, or did like Sam Jackson kind of start to show his age in this one?
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
I love Nick Fury and I love Sam Jackson.
The dude is old, so
Well,
I didn't really find he
I'm here
showed his
for
age
it.
too much.
No, okay then.
I just
still,
thought his
then it's just-
character was
what?
It just seemed like it was like anytime they cut to it seemed like a side story of him and the family, and I was just like every time I went back there, it was just like wacky hijinks, and like everybody was just acting like the family, like Kamala's family are funny and like refreshing, but also like taking the situation way too passively, like they're way
taking
too
it in stride
chill.
too easily. Yeah,
way too chill about being in space and seeing
Spencer,
an alien cat eat people.
Yeah, and Spencer, to your point, we talked about it earlier, and you said you hadn't watched Miss Marvel, but
No.
in Miss Marvel, they freak out about anything. Like
they do.
Kamala
really?
going out of the house past a certain time or certain
10
things.
p.m.
Yeah.
Pre-powers.
Yeah, pre-powers, and so maybe they have a little leeway because she has powers, but you're right that they were so chill. Goes against their characters in many ways.
Her mom was more concerned with chastising her for doing stuff that had nothing to do with the powers and stuff. Just saying, you behave this way, behave that way in the series. I mean,
Yeah,
than she was about the powers. And then in this, she's like, all that she wants is that for her to behave properly. But like, oh, there's aliens in my house. That's fine. But if my daughter misbehaves, that's the bad thing. Which I thought it was very cliche and sort of like a caricature of what,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I also have a theory about modern movies where it's like the trope, not the trope, but like the amount of time it takes to show a realistic reaction to something crazy and them coming to terms with it, and then them like, you know, like it's like the actual character development takes too much screen time. So it's just a lot easier to just be like, they're just very chill about it.
Yeah,
You know,
short circuit, all
they
of
just
that.
accept everything right away, and they're just going right into hijinks because we don't want to commit a lot of time to them being like talking about how crazy it is that their house was destroyed and that they've been taking it up into the space station and they're seeing aliens eat cat eating people. It's like,
fine.
can you
That's
imagine? They'd be like regular person, like this is fucking insanity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
But we're just gonna
there's a
hand wave all
a
that.
scene where they show the father talking to one of the people that work at Saber and giving him like investment advice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking about an
And he's
IRA.
like, how old
Roth.
are you? I'm 306.
Yeah.
And like the brother goes, oh, same age then. Like it's funny, but like really,
Like,
it's not
react.
really that, yeah.
Like that's not normal. Like why are you
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, of course. Oh, 306, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we call it what it is, you know, I think the family was good and fun in you know the Miss Marvel TV show, but
They're a bit like extra here, right? Like,
well, you're a movie should be tight enough that you don't need to have a you know comic relief family on the space station. Like, there's got to be
Yeah.
a better way to provide that in the movie than because they didn't do anything, right? Like,
yeah.
I guess they helped get people out and snapped up
Yeah.
by Flerkened, but like,
Were they
Well,
really the
that
best ones for that
whole-
job?
That whole space station was comic relief.
Yeah, it just seems
Which
so
is
like
bad.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's
I
fine.
do-
The space station exists, but yeah, you could just not.
Show it.
I
Maybe
do want to
get some more story in instead of showing the hijinks in the space station.
I get that. I want to put a little respect on Mama Khan, especially when like the Kree soldiers invaded their house, and then just before like one of the guys like did that killing blow on the father. Like the mother was like she like shielded and she like ice grilled the dude. Like, I'm gonna look you in the fucking eye if you're gonna. She was very courageous, very courageous. I respected her for sure. But I agree. It just didn't feel quite like it's almost like it should have been like part of a season of the Miss Marvel show.
That's the thing. It's
Because there's
like,
more breathing room and you
they
can give them time
they
to
became
react,
just
as you say.
caricatures of themselves.
Mm.
And I agree that like they didn't need as much screen time as they.
I mean,
as they thought.
arguably, this whole thing should have been a TV show, not a movie, because it's the culmination of two other TV shows.
Well, that never stopped Marvel before.
True.
Well,
True.
normally they don't do that. They don't have like a TV show build to a movie. That's kind of like a newer thing. Like they're doing a Mandalorian movie now, which is like the build up from the TV show. But you have to watch the show to understand a lot what's in the movie, which is bad for like the general audience.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
didn't watch
fair.
Miss Marvel, and I did watch WandaVision,
Yeah.
so I knew her, but I assume a lot of people didn't.
I don't think you had to watch Miss Marvel.
You're
You
you
don't
don't
have
have a little
to.
bit lost
Movie.
on her powers, though.
You don't have to, but it's just like you're missing out on.
Yeah, but that's kind of how TV shows and movies could operate. Is it just gives you more backstory, but the movie
Yeah.
mostly stood alone in terms of hey, they explained Kamala Khan and she has light-based powers, and they showed her do some and blah blah blah. It wasn't great, but it was there.
Like I for one watching it though, I have no idea how she got her powers or what her powers were. I assume the bangle just gave her powers.
Right, but
kind
like,
of. It's not
does
exactly.
I
that.
mean, I guess the question is, does like, do you care? Like,
I should care.
but like other
Like,
other
if I-
superheroes showed up in a movie, and you just learn about their powers and their abilities during the movie, right? So
See,
why?
in those movies, I'm a nerd and I know most of their backstories already. If I haven't already, like when Spider-Man shows up for the first time, everyone knows what Spider-Man's deal is.
So then
Yeah.
your parallel then would be similar to when we, a long time ago when we watched Black Adam. We know sort of who Black Adam is, but there were those other supers, villain or hero Did you know about some of those heroes, Spencer, or like those other meta characters?
That's a good point.
Did I see Black Adam?
You were with us.
You recorded an episode
You're
with
gonna
us
have
about
to
it.
remind me.
I have my answer.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know. I don't remember Black Adam. It feels like a fever dream. I just remember The Rock ripping a man in half. That is all.
Superman showed up, and none of them exist.
Yeah.
No, but it's. I don't think it's required to. As long as they show you in the movie, it's fine. It's that they have 2+ hours of runtime to tell you a movie, and it seems like it's a bunch of unconnected scenes that they strung together to pad out the runtime.
It's not really unconnected, but it's like it's connected just because they say it's connected, kind of like it's like, okay, we're gonna do this, now we're gonna do that, now we're gonna do that. And it doesn't flow. Even
like
if the story connects, the scenes don't connect.
Yeah, the story flows. The story is Dar-Benn wants to bring Hal back to its former glory, and she's taking things from Captain Marvel, who she holds responsible, right? So the air planets, the atmosphere planet, the water planet, and Earth are all places that mean something to Captain Marvel.
The air planet?
The air planet. I don't know what the name of
Is
these
it called the air planet?
I don't remember.
Air?
I don't remember what the name of the planet was.
Oh boy, look, our podcast blew up. The scroll inhabited planet.
It's just funny called the air planet. Like all the planets have air.
I'm sorry, all the planets have water. You didn't fucking bat an eye at that one.
No, I did. I also don't know what you're talking about.
I know
the
that
sun
actually
planet. Is that better for you?
Is that Earth?
I know that actually ended, but not all planets have water or
fuck
air.
you. Yes. In the context of this movie, we see the atmosphere planet where she steals the atmosphere.
There you go. That's better.
The water planet where she steals all the water from. And then technically it's not even Earth. It's just the sun.
The sun,
The sun in, what are we calling it? Sol? It's
Sol.
called the Sol. Yeah, Sol.
Yeah.
So there. That's where we went to. I'm sorry we had to go through that, everybody. Spencer got his up his ass, and we solved it for you. But so that all makes sense. But all the stuff that happens when they're not just following Dar-Benn around is the stuff where I'm just like, what are we doing?
What's happening here? Yeah,
why are we doing this? This doesn't make any sense.
I think I got it. The transitions make sense, but the scenes themselves don't.
Yeah.
So it's like it's disjointed. Like, what? Wait, why are we watching some weird like musical now? Oh, right, because they wanted Brie Larson to show she can sing. Okay, fine, but like it doesn't really add anything to the story, and they wasted a lot of screen time. At least for my taste, they wasted a lot of screen time with like bullshit that doesn't matter.
It's like it's a bit that went too far.
Yeah,
like it was funny.
A couple of times. Yeah. That's it. That's the good. It's good of a point. Like everything is a bit that they took too far. Kind of like Chris in the beginning.
It's kind of like this podcast, if we're honest.
That is also true.
Why, thank you. Yeah, I found a lot of the humor in this was like that, where it was like it's getting annoying in movies where they write a scene where it's stupid, and then the characters in the movie point out how stupid it is, and then it's like, oh, okay, now it's forgiven for being stupid.
This happened a couple of times.
Like
in this
it
movie,
happened
actually.
so many times in this movie, and it's just like the singing plan was an example of that. It's like she starts singing, and she's like, then Rambo and Miss Marvel are like talking like
that's a different
Monica
movie.
Rambo.
Rambo.
He's not wrong.
Rambo.
Rambo. I thought for sure I was wrong.
No, you're
when you
good.
said that. And they're like talking, they're like, this is how many checklists is this getting onto your Marvel wish list? And it's like, this is so, I'm never gonna let her live it down. Like it's so
fiction, yeah.
Like, is this like a fan fiction thing? I'm like, yeah, it is fan fiction because it's written by the fucking writers to be fan fiction because it's stupid. But there's a lot of that stuff.
I think it's fine if like they do it once and it's a good bit, but they did it a lot of times, and a lot of times it doesn't work. Like they do, if this thing is all classified information, why is it on a clear screen? Right when she has the time, and you go like, okay, that's a valid like little bit of like a joke, but then they do it like 4 more times in the movie, and you go, okay, so you don't have any comic thing to write, you just write fourth wall breaking shit just so we go, They're
Yeah,
aware.
it reminds me of Jurassic World, where the guy's like,
Oh God! Oh, what a comparison!
No,
that
not
is
not.
that is
No,
mean.
not,
kinda want
not I didn't say Dominion.
Don't worry.
The
Okay.
first Jurassic World,
Aw.
where he says in it, where he's talking about the new park, and he's like, "Oh, it's just trying to rehash all the good stuff from the original park, which was the best one."
Hey,
And it's like, hey,
self-awareness.
you can't just because you're self-aware of it doesn't mean it's not what you're
dumb.
describing.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
it's just like you
Pointing
saying it doesn't
it
make
out
it any
doesn't-
better.
yeah.
It's
That's
not a
fair.
pass. Anyways, I found that happened a lot in this movie. It's like, wow, this is crazy, so silly. Audience,
Like
Wink.
honestly, like I felt a lot of the movie try to like there was a lot of padding around the thing that Matt said that he enjoyed, which I enjoyed too, like the dynamic between the three main characters. It was great, but like they had that as an idea. Let's make them have like super good chemistry and work together and like learn.
Yes.
And,
I'm sorry, your
And that's
characters
it.
having super good chemistry, is that an idea in a movie?
apparently, because that's the only thing that works in this movie.
And we had it for such a short amount of time, it might as well have been a dream.
Let me just point you out again to Blue Beetle where that didn't happen at all.
hey guys, I got a crazy good idea for this podcast. We should have good chemistry.
Yeah.
And I know it's wild.
The conversation should
No.
make sense.
That's
Yeah.
the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
I'm leaving. I'll come back later.
No, in a more serious note, like it looks like they put a lot of thought into how to make that work in the screen, and with screen time. But like everything else was padding to support that. Like, do we have to get them together? How do we do that?
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. Their dynamic was probably the best part. Although I
Yeah.
could have used a little less melodrama with Captain Marvel and
And
Rambo.
Monica? Yeah,
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, it was
it,
a little. It was
it was a little much, but I understand. Like you have to have some emotional meaning. You can't
It
just all be
also
fucking fluff.
doesn't pay off, right? Because
It
like,
doesn't
she
pay
get-
off. Well, it kind of pays off. Like she sacrifices herself for her. And it's
Well, no,
supposed
no.
to
I
be-
mean, in the conversation, because like she goes and she says, "Oh, I was helping people," and Monica says, "Well, we needed you." Right, and I was like, "That's a little selfish." I thought they say, "Oh, here's Captain Marvel saving planets," and she was like, "But why didn't you come to talk to me and my mom?" I was
Nah,
like,
you're just a
but then you
monster.
don't.
Yeah, you're a monster, dude.
no,
Like,
her
she
mom
a
was
child.
dying though.
True.
She blipped
No,
out
but
as
that
a
was
child
before.
and came back as an adult, essentially.
So
That's not true.
Or was she an adult already?
She was.
You come back
she
the
was
same
an
age as
adult
she was the age
and
you got
blipped.
she was,
blipped
yeah,
out.
yeah.
She was an
She
adult
doesn't
and then
age.
blipped.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
that's fair.
age.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. But she blipped out when her mom was alive, and she blipped back.
No, I'm talking
And
before
she was
because
gone.
she was talking like you said
Yes.
you were gonna come back and
Yes,
you never
true.
did. That's when
Yeah.
she was a child.
Yeah,
And she said, "But people needed me."
Yeah, but
and she said, "I needed you." It was like, "Oh, great! I'm gonna stop saving 3 planets to go play with you."
You're
You
a
could come
monster.
for a day and over 20 fucking years.
True.
I don't know.
Do you think children have
That's a lot of time.
emotions that are rational and make sense? They don't
No,
give a
but she
fuck
was
if
an
it's-
adult at that point.
Yeah, but
The trauma was from when
that's
she was
trauma.
a child.
Right. All
right.
that time.
And
like,
that's
it
what
broke.
I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was right or wrong. Like I was
I
thought
think
they
you're
were
saying it's
gonna
wrong.
establish that like as a conversation that was gonna happen in the movie between the two of them, but it never did. She just says it, and I
Like
go,
coming
okay,
to terms with it.
yeah, somehow, and it never happened. That's why I say it doesn't pay off, right? It's
That's
just thrown
interesting.
there.
All right,
You're
I
still a
respect
monster.
that. You're a monster, but I understand.
Well,
you
we
more.
knew that.
All right.
For me, that's interesting. Your perspective. We don't have to go too much longer, but I see what you're saying. But for me, it was resolved because like Monica got that thing off her chest, and then like she's like, "Hold that, Aunt Carol," and then Carol's like, "Fuck, I gotta acknowledge that." And then
We've all gone to therapy. Just getting it out and telling the person sometimes
It's
enough.
it's very important. You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of therapy, let's talk about Captain Marvel.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Dad, I am something. Sorry, nothing.
tomorrow we'll get together. Tomorrow,
I'm not a failure, Mom.
You know what?
You don't know the words to that song, Chris, at all?
Fuck that song. I don't have a dad. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We're gonna just leave that where it is.
Leave that
and
little
not-
nugget
It's
on
fine.
the cutting room floor.
Listen,
You said therapy. This was very cathartic.
we're not equipped to handle that portion of therapy.
No,
I want
you're
to talk
not.
about Captain Marvel, and
Yeah.
we need to talk about Captain Marvel because she don't make sense.
Oh, how?
We are given a power level in
Mhm.
the first Captain Marvel movie.
Right.
And the power level is I can destroy star cruisers. I can take any punishment you throw at me and destroy you. And it's tamped down by the Kree army, basically, putting restrictors on her.
Yeah.
And so and then we see her show up in Avengers and Endgame, and she fucking like goes toe to toe with Thanos, like he fucking doesn't exist.
She flies through like gigantic
She's like
ships.
20 ships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, and so
Even
now-
here, right? She just like flies like bombing.
she
Am I
flew across
crazy?
space very fast.
thought in
She
this movie-
relit a sun.
There's one.
I thought in this movie, for some reason, she was like holding back. And I thought there was going to be like a reason why. Like she never went full Super Saiyan mode in this movie that I recall.
Except when she reignited the sun.
Except for she
Sun,
reignites the sun. But maybe if they should have said that just to make, from a writer's point of view, like we all know, writing a character that's like literally
powerful?
the more powerful than anything in existence is tough to have her be in fights without this question coming up. I thought they could have at least been like, oh, the switching bodies thing, whatever the fuck was going on there was
Might have weakened.
dampening her powers or something.
Sure.
They gave they gave Darben a bangle.
Yeah, that's
True.
Yeah,
And a
then
hammer.
she's fine.
Yeah, the universal weapon, sir, not just a hammer.
And
I'm
there's
pretty
several.
sure that even with
The
that bangle, regular Miss Marvel could turn her into a pink dust if she
Yeah.
just sneezed in her direction.
Probably.
You would need both bangles to really wipe out. You would need both bangles, and like.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought when
she's
she got both
inexperienced.
bangles, they were going to have a big epic final fight, and then instead she
I'd be
disintegrates
here
herself
for
into
that.
fucking
She's
dust.
inexperienced.
But
That's
purple
why.
mist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very inexperienced with like she barely could handle she handled the one.
I don't care
Yeah.
about your
Defensively.
real world reasoning in the
No,
movie.
no, but-
From a
but-
writing point of view, why
but
not make it a
Chris-
fucking cool ass fight?
Yeah,
I
Chris,
agree
like,
with
they,
you.
They
That's why
could
she
have
didn't-
just
she
had
didn't think.
like because the guy was worried, right? The guy, her
Yes.
liaison,
Number two.
attaché, aide, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
We don't even get a name for the guy. He's just
Was it-
the guy.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I was
Pretty
gonna
sure his
say
name
it
was Jared from Subway.
that feels right.
Jarben.
Jarben.
Jarben from Subway.
Jarben Ben Subway.
But like he says, oh, it's too much for
He's
you.
so
And
worried.
it would have been cool if she put it on and she's like, no, I can handle it. And then have a super epic fight with Captain Marvel instead of turning into Purple Mist.
Imagine if Thanos got all the fucking stones and then he was
And
like,
exploded.
"It's too
Yeah.
much power for me," and explodes.
Hey, Spencer, imagine if we talked about Captain Marvel and why she's
This is
overpowered.
Captain Marvel.
No, you're
He
talking
was
about
hoping-
how Darben fought her. That is just,
No, I'm saying fair. I went on a little bit of a, now that you're pointing it out, I can see. I'm stepping back,
You
and
know what?
I'm looking at, it and I'm seeing hands up for accountability.
Well, this is the challenge, right? It's like they probably didn't have her fight her because, like, she has the Superman problem. Why do all the Superman movies generally suck? Is because they always pick like villains that. Well, they pick
Can't-
Lex Luthor and,
You're gonna
and-
say they always pick Zack Snyder to direct.
no, but
them.
like they pick that's
That
true
too.
too. That is actually a real problem. But like they pick Lex Luthor and they make him into like this weird Joker offshoot character instead of like the things that get Superman messed up are people who can outthink him and catch him in his
Yeah.
like philosophical loopholes and trap him. And Captain Marvel doesn't. I don't know her villains that well, but the ones she's been presented with, it's just might on might nonsense, and like she's gonna prevail. She acts pretty stupidly through most of this movie because somehow one bangle, if she Wonder Woman's it in her face, she can't defeat her. Can't fly around her fast. Can't get a sword
Yeah.
or anything. Like
And she keeps powering her up even when she knows
Yeah,
that
she
shooting
keeps
at her
shooting
powers her
lasers
up.
at her.
Yeah.
Dumb.
she would say,
And it's
"I
like
could
you could
absorb
say
your
that
lasers."
she's a hero, so she wouldn't want to kind of fly through Darben and explode her, and that's fine.
fine.
But if she can manage how much power she uses to fight, she can still probably like tap her lightly in the head and put her to sleep, take the bangle off, put her in
Are we-
prison, and be done with it.
Are we gonna pretend that Ms. Marvel doesn't kill thousands of people every time she flies through a ship? You think
That's
those are
true.
unmanned?
That's true. I don't even have that as an excuse. You're right.
I mean, she just like shot and killed a bunch of Kree soldiers in like
Yeah.
going through Darben's ship, as far as I saw.
Yeah.
She flies through ships
And
fucking
explodes
like
them.
it's like it's nothing. And
I
yeah.
don't think she got the Annihilator name
Yeah,
For no
exactly.
reason.
for no
Yeah.
reason.
For having a Batman moral compass.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
fair. But I agree. She
And
should
Darben
have,
fights not only her, but the three of them at the same time, and she fights them to a standstill.
Which okay, so I listen, Spencer, I know I said don't focus on Darben, but let's talk about it.
I forgive
Just
you.
a little bit.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Because if she's able to handle Darben's able to handle all three of them
Yeah.
magically, I'm doing air quotes,
Cokedly.
cokedly.
Hey,
I
Then-
have our explanation.
In theory, she should be able to go toe to toe with Captain Marvel
Alone, yeah.
alone.
For sure. And should be able to win because she doesn't have the help of the other two.
But-
then, if that is the case, how come a piece of falling debris from the tower there pierces her, almost kills her?
Well,
Yeah. Like why didn't
Like that doesn't
Captain
make
Marvel
any sense.
just
If
whip
Captain Marvel
spears
can
at her?
punch her, yeah. If Captain Marvel can punch her and not run her through with her hand, how come a little piece of rock can?
Chris?
Because
I think-
that rock wasn't light,
Well, no, I think we have to ask Chris because Chris has been sitting here and
pondering.
he has been deep in thought, and we need to unleash the thought beast.
You can't deleash that beast.
That's true. It's a
well,
risk
this
you're
is a
taking.
specific question. I need something to anchor to. So your approach makes sense. So we want to know why Darben, like, why she wasn't taken out. Like that's the
No,
that's the
I
thing
want to know why Captain Marvel didn't. Why Captain Marvel like
Who Captain Marvel? How Captain Marvel?
what Captain Marvel? It's just I just don't like. Why did they set her up with all that power, and then not have a plan on how to like implement her in a movie? Because having a bangle that blocks all of her power and sucks it up is just like
Awful.
Lazy.
it's so lazy, and it makes the movie
Yeah.
so boring. Because then you can't have
Yeah.
a cool fight scene because it's just like
This
I got a
bangle is
bangle.
kryptonite. I mean, it's light infused.
light.
It's
the night.
darkness.
Light tonight. Yeah.
So it's the answer to that question is linked to the same reason the supreme, like the Kree AI, the supreme intelligence, was destroyed. Like
All right.
over comics, that AI, the supreme intelligence, is like part of her rogues gallery, and so
Oh,
That
I
would have
didn't
been
know
cool in a movie.
it's like
So I'm sorry,
'Cause
they killed her in a flash. They killed her best villain in a fucking flashback.
yes, yes,
What
they
the
did.
Fuck.
Which is mind-boggling, but like, it makes me worried about Marvel movies. I mean, like, sure, they've been on a downtrend for some
that. A
time now,
while,
but
yeah.
it's very concerning, deeply concerning, because there's an array of. To your point, you asked. Your original question was why depowered Captain Marvel, and the answer to that is stupidity from the writers, sitting on all
Yeah.
of
Bad
that.
writing is the
all
answer to
of
many
that
of our
lore,
questions.
wasting the supreme intelligence, we've already surfaced the question of Darben, and like misdirection when like the three of them were trying to take her on, don't use their powers, or use them to distract, and then like one gets a good hit in, but they were still overpowering her until Miss Marvel got a little too cocky and got caught, right? But
Yeah.
that's okay, but bad. It comes down to bad writing,
Can
which
I-
is
can I-
unfortunate.
Can I ask a follow-up question to this, Chris?
Go for it.
And obviously, it's a little bit of a sidebar.
Mm.
If the supreme intelligence,
Here we go.
or maybe this question, why doesn't the supreme intelligence have the foresight that the entity does in Dead Reckoning?
Oh no.
Because
Why
the
would you
supreme
do this?
intelligence could have prevented being blown up by Captain Marvel.
I love that question, and you are 100% correct, which is, again, sorry, proof positive that Marvel's slipping. I hate to say it,
Or-
because let me finish. Because the Supreme Intelligence, one of their core abilities is cosmic awareness. So
Fuck
they
that.
had it.
Well,
they
this
had
one
it,
didn't
and
have
they
it.
didn't. They had
This-
it, and Marvel, the Marvel's movie, what would we call it? Fuck them.
Okay,
Or
So-
let me or
To your Dead
maybe-
Reckoning thing.
Maybe the Supreme Intelligence wasn't destroyed, and it merely implanted that memory in her brain with that device.
I like
What
that
device?
too.
Oh, but then why is Hala
Fuck
shit?
Because that's the Supreme Intelligence did that to cover up its fake death.
Oh, this is flat Earth all over again. This is a conspiracy
what
of
he's
40
doing?
million people.
It's flat Hala. Thank you very much.
All I'm saying is when you look out on
Wait,
the Hala's
flat
horizon,
Hala.
it don't curve.
Flat Hala
okay?
is just a pita.
how come?
And tasty.
Fuck you! I tip my hat to you, sir.
Make sure you bring the olive oil.
That would
Okay,
actually be
so-
cool. I know I'm
would.
joking, but
It's
it
like
would have been cooler
if,
if she was like, if it turned out that what's her name,
mind games.
the main villain in this movie, what's her name?
Darben.
If Darben was, I genuinely can't remember her name.
Did you watch this movie, Spencer?
I did,
Yeah,
but
here we
Darben
go.
is a forgettable name. If
Who?
Darben was actually secretly being manipulated by the Supreme Intelligence,
Yeah.
Who?
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
at the end,
That would
you
have been
find
cool.
out
Yeah.
Yep.
that the
Great.
Supreme Intelligence is still alive, setting up a sequel, which won't be made because this movie didn't make money. But
No.
that would have been cool. Also, it would have been cool if she put on both bangles and super powered up, and they had to learn to work as a team to defeat her and have a classic finale.
That would have been
But-
great. It's
Yes.
interesting to me that they want to do. They at times they show different things. Like obviously having Darben die in space like a little bitch instead of actually fighting it
What
out.
a weird choice.
It's
Yeah.
a waste. It's
But
a huge
it was a way
waste.
for them to. Oh, we're gonna do something different in our movie. But it's like every movie maker seems so scared of presenting a villain or a nemesis that has intelligence. Is it because like they don't think that the masses would understand? Like, are they so scared of like? Because almost every time it's just like it's might on might, right?
I think it's because it takes intelligence to write an intelligent character, and these scripts are written by AI robots.
Like, I mean, that's probably true.
Well,
The-
it's
DC.
formulaic to the point I would believe
DC
that.
AI robots.
Well,
Warner Brother AI
here's
robots.
the thing: Warner Brothers has
Warner Brother
probably
AI robots.
presented the only intelligent nemesis when they brought the Riddler for the Batman. Like, at least
Yeah,
there was an attempt there to make Batman
or
think
the
and work as a
Joker,
detective.
Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Yeah, even when it would have made sense, like for Ultron to be super smart, like
He
he
just fights.
tries, he just like, oh, I'm going to use my super smartness to become stronger, and that's it.
Puppets on a string.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to see a Marvel movie with like a chess match against a villain,
Yeah.
maneuver, counter maneuver. You know, like them actually trying to outthink each other.
I can't
You know,
remember the
that's-
last time like
I don't think
the
Marvel's
Marvel
ever
movie.
done that.
I
can't
think you're
remember the-
right, Matt.
okay.
I think it's like, oh, let's not risk some of the stupid idiots that watch our movie not understanding what
We
what
don't
we
want to
mean.
alienate the dumb brains.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it is. It's like, let's make it like showy and a lot of bad CG, which this had in spades, and then everybody will understand, even though it's not particularly clever.
these movies are specifically tailored for Incel Spencer.
Oh, that's the third time.
No.
Did somebody say Incel Spencer 3 times into a computer screen alone in their basement? Because I'm here.
Oh,
He only watched this movie to be angry because there were only
What is this
women
movie?
in this movie.
3 women leading a movie?
and there's a fourth villain.
And the fourth, 4 lead
There are
women?
4 villains?
What was the box office, guys? I'll take a guess. Oh.
No, Incel
Go-
Spencer.
You go woke, you broke.
All
You go woke, you broke.
superhero movies are trending into the basement. It's not
Nah, you
just
go
this
woke,
one.
you go broke. Listen. If I was to make this movie, I would cast Henry Cavill as Miss Marvel, Clint Eastwood as Captain Marvel, and you got yourself a blockbuster hit.
What about
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
Monica Rambeau, Chris Rock.
I was gonna go with Eddie Murphy myself.
I'm your
but-
biggest fan.
Eddie Murphy, easy.
Okay,
And you got yourself a hit.
who plays the villain then? Incel Spencer.
Sinbad.
Donald Trump.
Dolph Lundgren.
Oh.
Wait, but Donald Trump. I thought you liked Donald Trump. How is he the
The
villain?
actor?
Donald Trump, the actor.
Donald Trump,
The actor from Home Alone
Apprentice.
2.
Home Alone 2 and The Apprentice.
Yeah, he's the villain.
Okay.
He exerts power.
Can we put Cincel Spencer back on the white van?
Oh, he said it 4 times.
Yeah.
That just makes
no.
me more powerful.
Oh, now you unlocked his latent abilities.
Do we have to have him say his name backwards?
Oh,
I think so.
Flerkened, Ranson Puss.
Rancid Puss.
Got him. Okay, I think we've talked Captain Marvel as the plot hole to death. There's a little one I want to talk about for 5 minutes. The whole Flerken egg thing. Well, I guess it's the eggs, and then the Flerken showing up and swallowing all the inhabitants of the space station to get them to Earth.
Why?
Couldn't Valkyrie have just come over again and be like, Rainbow Bridge these fuckers down to the Earth? Thanks, bud.
Valkyrie could have come in, and the Eagles could have flown to Mordor. Yeah. 100%.
Not only is this movie all women, the biggest plot device
fuck.
is about
He's not
pussy and eggs and pregnancy. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. He's back in the box.
Hey, it's not Spencer. You get on out of here. Get on out of here.
get the water spray bottle.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what just came over me.
But like, it was fun.
Flat?
But it's that's the last thing you remember, right?
That's the last.
Sorry, it's PETA is the planet.
Oh yeah,
now.
Hollow Flat
Renamed
like
it.
PETA. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, so the Flerken thing, to me, it's just like the prime example of like, we want this bit in the movie so bad that we're just gonna find a way to stuff it in. But it's like these random eggs show up on the space station with no context.
But is that why, or was it like, oh fuck, we have to figure out a way of getting all of these people out, so we're just gonna shove in this idea that someone had?
Well, they created the problem of all the pods losing
Fair
power.
enough. Fair enough.
Right?
So like,
created
just
a
as an excuse for the eggs and the
a thing that didn't need to have happen.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Because-
nothing related to that fucking space station
it was
needed to
definitely
have happened.
It was like they're like what worked in the first movie. The first movie made $1 billion. There was a Flerken and 8 people, and that was fun. How do we work that into the script? And it was like, oh well, they can eat people and they don't die. I don't know. Didn't they die in the first one though?
Well, no one ever
back
says
out.
they just never come back. So
Yeah, they just
That was a lot cooler.
for sure.
Right.
But now they're just portals, apparently.
Yeah, bags of holding.
Yeah, they're back
Yeah.
to holder.
Yes, they're TARDISes.
Yeah, that works too. That works too.
100%.
Bigger on the
So
inside.
yeah, which
Okay.
is way less cool and way more family friendly. Fine.
Yep.
But yeah, I think they were just like, oh, we got to work these things in. They're fun. And then, what if we had kittens? What if we had baby Flerkens? Oh, it'd be so cute. And what if
that
we make an
was
analogy
sales.
that the only thing that can save them is a pregnancy of a woman? Sorry, that was way Spencer again.
That's not insult. That's shoot! I said it again. Oh, I gotta counter it. Rek nips lek knee.
The election was stolen. Oh, sorry.
He goes out in a puff of like Cheetos.
Doritos and Mountain Dew, I think.
Orange
No
dust.
Doritos.
No Doritos and Mountain Dew. Yeah, you're right.
Not Doritos. Not my beloved Doritos. Okay.
The
Anyways.
nacho ones, no one needs those.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, it was just a
Flerkens.
It's not a. Like, I think this is the problem. We had a bit of a challenge finding plot holes because they put enough of a broad stroke in that kind of explained it. So they do the thing where it's like, no, there's eggs popping up all over the station. That's a weird mystery. Turns out they're just Flerkens. Don't worry about it. And what's the name of the original
Flerkens can
Flerken?
save us.
Goose.
Goose. Yeah, Goose. Oh, Goose
Mm-hmm.
is just pregnant the whole time. But it's just like, okay, but like, how come you're just detecting all these eggs now? Is Goose just now laying all these eggs, or were they on the space station the whole time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And so it's just like it's just that's the movie. It's just like you kind of explained it, but you kind of didn't.
I think you described
I
it once as it's like.
follow.
I think in the past you described it as not a plot hole, but like a plot Swiss cheese.
I mean,
Where it's
cheese
like-
has many. Swiss cheese has many holes in it. Just
Yeah, but many
to the-
little holes that but it does hold together.
They
but
don't
weakly.
affect the integrity of the plot, but they're
Yeah.
still there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that here, and this thing with the Flerkens is the same thing that I was talking about before, where it's like they have the reasoning behind it, but then they implement it, and you go like, this doesn't really actually work.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, why did it have to be this way? They set up a problem just to have the kittens there, I guess, just for the cute factor.
Like, so if we
Seems that
showed
way.
Goose
Is
just
that why?
if we just saw Goose getting plowed or plowing, I'm not sure how Flerken physiology works.
Wow.
Whatever.
That went fast.
Now-
That
now here's the
escalated
twist.
quickly.
We show it all.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If we show that happening and then Goose throwing up things in the space station, does that make it better? Like, how would you do it so that this makes sense for the plot? Because like it does feel like it comes out of nowhere, but I honestly can't make a connection to connect it all through the movie.
I
Does
think if
it
you
need
even
to
start the
happen?
movie with the cat being pregnant, like that's just known.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because
I think
they show Goose right from the beginning, right? Maybe Captain
Yeah.
Marvel can show, like, when they show the two of them, she can go, "Oh, you're acting weird. What's happening?"
Yes,
or something
yes.
like that. And
Yes,
then, like,
it doesn't
throughout, you kind of
See
Build
Goose
towards
doing
it.
stuff.
yeah, and then show her laying the eggs. It doesn't have to be a surprise
Right.
or something
Yeah.
like that, because it doesn't add anything to. Oh,
Whenever
we
they-
found this.
Whenever a thing happens and then at the end they're like, "Oh, this thing happened," it's like
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's not how movies work at all. You can't do that.
You
Yeah.
can just like say it after the fact, and it would be would add a lot of make it way more interesting too. Is if they were like, there's a good chance not all of you will be unswallowed by the Flerkens, like an added risk that
oh, I see.
they could be
Because the
eaten.
babies, because the kittens
The babies don't know
any better.
not to digest you when they
Yeah,
swallow
yeah,
you.
exactly. Like it's our only choice, and then it's like it turns out they lose like a quarter of the crew.
Well, so Spencer, this is a great thing you've mentioned, and I think it's a good time to segue into our questions section of the podcast. And we're talking about the Flerkens eating all the inhabitants on the space station, so they can all fit on the one remaining escape pod. But I want to know what happens to a human or a Kree or whoever when they get eaten by a Flerken, because they don't die instantly. Clearly,
Oh yeah, nothing. Even when they eat objects, they just come back as they were.
right? So what's going on in there? Like,
But the
It does
objects
seem-
weren't. Okay, go
It
ahead.
does almost seem like a portal.
Yeah,
Right?
but to where?
Six
mean-
Flags Mountain.
Six Flags, California.
okay,
Yeah.
so
I don't
Chris,
know-
in
I don't know where
this,
Six
when they go to
Flags
Six
is.
Flags, are you just deposited at the gate? Do you just dropped in a roller coaster? Like, where do you end up?
You can't control. Well, actually, no. Sorry. Correction. I'm just getting this new report. You are placed in the gift shop with
That makes
funnel
sense.
cakes.
That makes
Can you
sense.
The
leave
hybrid.
The
Say
gift
that
shop?
again.
Can you leave?
No,
the gift
you
shop?
you're confined to the gift shop because
Oh.
you've been transported.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
been flirked, right? You've been flirked.
Right.
If
And
you
so
try
you're
to step
tethered.
out, it's like
Yeah.
Silent Hill, the mist of Silent Hill. If you try
Okay.
to step out,
Right. If you there's a certain proximity that you must adhere to if you intend to if you have any intention of getting deflirked.
Right.
So
Can I
And
Can
so
I
the
ask you,
ones
Chris?
that get fully flirked, they're the ones that go off into the mist.
into
They
the
get
mist
to
of
stay-
Six
they get
they're
to
Flags
stay
never
at Six
seen
Flags.
again.
Yeah.
forever.
The rest of the
Yeah.
park opens up.
Right.
It's not so bad. Let me ask you, Chris. When you're in the gift shop with the funnel cakes, are you transported with enough money to purchase a funnel cake?
No, you've got to suck dick in order to get the rest.
That again, that escalated quickly.
Okay, this is my kind of Six Flags.
Who or what dick are you
That's
sucking?
the question, and most likely it's the Six Flags staff. Moving on.
That live
I
in
got
the Flerken?
I got 6 inches of flag for you.
Jesus. We've gone too far.
Sorry, Chris does this to me.
Hey, high five.
You work out your weird sexual tension on your own time.
It's not tension. Do you want the funnel cake or do you not?
No, I
This is
do
your
not.
home
I
now.
I
This
do
is your
not.
home now.
I will do without a funnel cake.
No,
Thank you very much.
Hard pass.
You're lost. Gook, gook.
We're moving on because I don't want to be here anymore.
That's how you get Matt to segue quicker than usual.
Yeah.
Coming back to fellatio on
coming.
Six Flag employees.
Well, oh, we're back. We're still there. Okay.
What happened? Nick Fury was so paranoid and having a schizophrenic break in Secret Invasion. And now he's just cracking jokes, having the time of his life on the space station, working for Saber, which is probably infected by some evil organization. We're not going to worry about that right now. But what happened? What made him... that felt vaguely racist. I'm not sure.
Yeah. What was the question?
The question is, what happened for Nick Fury that made him so happy? Like,
So he got eaten by a Flerken.
He went to
And he went to
Six
Six Flags.
See,
wait, but he was
Posed
Six Flags
as-
employee?
yes, he posed as an employee because he can't. He's not at the bottom of the run. He's easily regional director. So
He
you've
got,
got.
he got
you got
eaten
slap-
by Goose, and then Goose can decide what type of role you play when you end up in that Six Flags.
That's right. And then he
'Cause he's
opened up
an
the
adult,
casting
or
couch.
she's an adult.
That's right.
Guys, we just
Oh,
received a
wow.
cease and desist letter from Six Flags.
That's fine. There's plenty of portals that we can ship the survivors to.
You
Have
end
you
up
thought
in
of
the
the
Grey Wolf
Werther's
Lodge
factory?
or
Let me tell
something
you,
else
there's a lot of
different
sucking
and
going on
places
in
to put
that
you
factory.
off. Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey,
Chris just glitched out, and the second it just paused for like a minute, and it came back, and he was just like, "And you're just sucking." That was the perfect timing. Sorry.
thanks for explaining what happened to all the people who listened and heard it. That was really helpful.
I hope everyone heard it the
Everybody.
way I heard it. 'Cause it was
Yeah,
We'll
gold.
find out. Do we have other ideas that don't involve Six Flag employees getting
Flags.
their dick sucks?
When I glitched out, there was the Werther's factory.
Oh, okay.
No. Completely different.
Chris.
Something else other than factories inside Flerkened could make Nick Fury happy. I'm just wondering what that could be.
The DMV.
Chris,
think-
you need to take a pause.
You got the,
I'm good. Listen, the
no,
stove's
take
hot.
the man's
son.
advice. Take the man's advice, Chris.
Just it's a yes and environment. Let someone else yes and.
The stove is hot and your hands getting burned, son.
Let it go, son. I mean, I think we did see Nick Fury. At what point was he vacationing on this alien spaceship in between movies? Remember, he was like on a beach, on a holodeck of kind.
Wasn't that a Spider-Man?
Yeah, was that
Yeah.
before or after he was depressed in?
Before.
Before.
Oh, so that didn't work.
Yeah.
So maybe what happened is
That
now
That was
Nick Fury knows that he's close to retirement, so he's just like winging it. And he's
You
like,
think Nick
I don't have,
Fury's gonna retire? Nick
Yeah.
Fury will die before he
I think-
retires.
I mean,
I
call
think
it what you
he's-
want.
I think he started. I think he started getting into edibles.
Okay.
Oh, that works.
Because that actually tracks, because he seemed high as fuck for this movie.
yeah,
But
it
like-
does.
But like that Kree or Skrull edibles, like he gotta get real fucked up.
This girl shit will get you fucked, son.
Yeah. Space.
Space, called
fucked.
Space Chronic.
Space fucked. Yeah.
It's like regular weed, but it's from space, so it
It
gets
gets
you
you
higher.
really high up in
Extremely.
space.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get
okay.
cosmic.
I think. Thank
Oh,
you. Chris.
nice. I like
That
that.
was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good place to step back in.
Cosmic Chronic.
Spencer,
He
Yep.
said coconut.
that's enough. That's good.
But also,
No!
I'm
No!
just saying, that scene when they're going down, and he's like, "Are you praying?" And the guy's like, was praying in like
stops,
Arabic,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Don't stop! We need all the help we can get!" Like he's so high
Amen.
there. He's
Amen.
like,
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
He
what
said-
I
That
said.
was
When,
great.
that's what I
He
meant
said
that I liked.
cokedly.
He said
Yeah.
for sure.
All of the. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah, I thought it was fun, but it just seemed like totally out of character,
character?
for Nick Fury.
Okay.
Like he never panics. Like he's like fucking Mr. Cool. Like for the first Avengers movies, he's like fucking James Bond.
Yeah.
But then he got into the cosmic
edibles.
chronic.
Yeah. He's
Opened up his
smoking,
third eye.
smoking that skrill
Yeah.
hash, and now this is what's
Skrull
happening.
hash. He's doing all the different alien drugs. He's got the Skrull hash. He's got the Kree chronic. He's got the fucking Wookiee cocaine. I don't know.
Wookie.
I couldn't think of another alien.
Actually,
got-
did you guys notice how much the uniforms of the people on that space station made them look like Imperial officers or like stormtroopers or whatever?
A little.
Like
He's got he's got the
when
Asgardian meth. I just remembered another alien race. So yeah.
More Asgard!
They go hard. They go hard in Asgard. They go hard.
I appreciate the Asgardians don't even try to alliterate. It's just
Yeah.
meth.
It's just straight up meth. No play on words. We just like meth.
Yeah, we live for thousands of years, and we're not.
we get high. Our teeth fall off.
Might as well get on the ride.
You know.
Do you know how you make that rainbow bridge? Now you do.
Made of meth.
It's made of meth.
So I'm gonna ask you another question.
You want to
if
take
that's
a ride on the Rainbow Bridge, kid?
Yeah.
Hey, kid, you want to ride the Rainbow Bridge?
Be
Spencer,
careful, your
since-
teeth will fall off.
Spencer, since
Sorry.
we're all talking about drugs, this is probably
Yes.
the best time to ask. How do the space holes work?
Space holes.
Yeah, so like Darth Ben is using the jump points,
quantum
I guess.
Universal weapon to
Oh,
open
never
the
mind,
jump
you're right.
points.
So the jump points, she like is fracturing the jump points or something. I don't know how that works, but she's fracturing holes in the space to send shit back to Hala.
Yeah, they're like hexagons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hexagon holes
I wonder why they're hexagons.
because they all fit together and you can make a perfect grid.
So do you think space is like made up
Because
by someone?
The universe is a honeycomb.
Well, as they explained, allegedly the rumors are that the bangles were the weapon.
They
not
use
weapon,
them
tool.
It's
create-
quantum whatever their
Sure,
names.
quantum.
Yeah.
Mumbo
Because
jumbo
obviously
meths.
it's quantum. It has to be quantum.
Quantum meth, I think, is what they use.
Want to
To write this movie, you're
Bridge,
right.
kiddo?
They use quantum math to write this movie. You're right.
But like, how do those things work? Because they don't explain it at all. Like, obviously, your ship can jump from point to point using them, but
Yeah.
you know, Monica Rambeau touches one at one point, and that's the thing that sets off all their powers being intertwined. But it's fractured. But the Earth one wasn't all purple; it was just kind of off or like shaky blue. So I want to know how these
Yeah.
all work because they don't cover it.
Are they different colors, the portals?
Only the
purple
Earth
ones because we have to signify that she's doing it, and since the universal weapon is purple, therefore the bangles are purple. That's the only reason that I can see.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a tie into WandaVision, because the Agatha lady was all purple, and remember her thing was the hex. It was a
Yeah.
hexagon. Everything was
Hey,
hexagonal there.
I didn't come here for your real answers.
Sorry,
Try again.
I thought
it
I
was a
honestly
badger.
I honestly thought you were going to
Space
say
badger.
it's a
Space
tie.
badger.
It's a tie into Avatar 2 and the space vaginas. I thought you were going to say that.
Space vaginas are from
Rebel
not from
Moon,
Avatar
sir?
2. That's Rebel Moon.
Oh,
Rebel Moon,
same
sir.
thing. Same thing. Let's
No,
be
one
honest.
movie was passable and one was an
You've
abomination.
seen one space vagina, you've seen them all.
Is it? Is it there? Oh yeah, you're right. It is there. It's the
Big
space
in the
vagina.
movie. They're just
is-
like,
yeah.
here's a space vagina. We're never going to talk
We're-
about it again.
Yeah,
We're never
yeah.
gonna address it. Just get you
But
all horned
back
up.
to the space holes in this movie. First, the only answer we have so far is space badgers. Do we have anything else?
Space badgers eat like they eat the Asgardian meth and they shit jump holes. That's what happens.
That sounds like a Stephen King like explanation, you know?
Coke
Um,
if we're talking about Stephen King.
Definitely, he wrote cokedly.
He wrote
No,
cokedly. Yeah.
I mean, are you saying how they work in the sense, like in the movie, like Luciano touched on how they
Hey
don't?
man, I just asked the question: how do the space holes work? I'm not giving any more context.
Okay.
It's your job to fill in the blanks.
Okay, well, there's one. The question, firstly, it's like Luciano touched on, was how they work in terms of like how they suck up things. Like they randomly suck up air in one place, water in another, sun spots or whatever. Sun flares.
Sun soft serve.
Yeah, sun soft serve.
It's
That's
too
correct.
soft.
It's too. Don't get me started on the soft serve. So in that sense, it doesn't make sense how they work because they Like it's almost like they can target things.
They're purpose-made holes.
Spencer, can you say that with more answer authority and not more question
They are
authority?
targets.
Thank you. Wow, what a great answer.
Period.
Was it? Was it a great answer? It was an answer.
I said what I said. Who
I
else
read
would like to
my
take a
case.
crack at this question?
So,
Yes, and?
space badgers make targets. This is where we landed?
Or something about meth? I didn't really listen to Spencer.
Nobody should. Nobody does.
You've got to cook a lot of meth to facilitate a space hole, okay? And so since Hala is it's on its death throes, right? Mm-hmm. In order to facilitate enough space meth, you've got to use to the detriment. You've got to mine what little is left of dying Hala in order to facilitate a planetary interplanetary event. So you got to grind and cook that meth, and instead of smoking it, they've got to make it evaporate and target. That's how they target that shit.
So you're saying like the way that like pollution creates a hole in our ozone layer.
Yes.
Cooking that much meth on such a large scale creates a hole in space-time.
Yes.
Which can then be weaponized with the use of the meth bangle.
The cosmos likes to get wet, bro.
So, Chris, just so I understand, when they said the bangles created the travel points, really, was it like a one person just cooking up meth, or like
the
Bangles was a whole band, yeah.
Okay, you're a monster. You yield your time for that answer.
We're talking nuclear sized power plant production level of like Hala interplanetary meth. Like that's how much they have to cook, and that's how much pollution. Well, like similar to that's how much channeled exhaust they have to produce in order to open a space hole.
This is as good a time as any to ask this follow-up question. It's less about the space holes. We're done with that one. To be
thank God.
Don't
for a second, I was like, follow-up question. Okay,
but I'm using an old technique called a segue to ask the next question. And what I want to know is,
so everybody knows a good segue is the one you announce.
Right?
What's the question?
Singing planet.
Yes.
How does that whole thing work? Because they sing, but they also dance a lot. And the dancing, if I understand correctly, has nothing to do with talking. Because they're singing is talking. That's what they tell us. But they dance a bunch. And then they also like make humming noises or whatever to alert ships coming, which is, I guess, is it singing? Is it not singing? Would rapping be another language?
No.
Why not?
No.
That's not
rapping isn't singing.
Right.
Yes,
so
it is.
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So if singing is a language and rapping isn't singing, then rapping is its own language. So is there a rapping planet somewhere?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there is a rapping planet somewhere.
I disagree.
Sure
It's different. It's different languages on the same planet. Like this is
Different
planet
dialects.
Earth. Different dialects. Thank you. This is planet Earth, and we have different languages, and those languages have different dialects. So in that region, or I guess like we're talking logistics, rapping, beatboxing, humming, breakdance fighting, all acceptable means of communication.
No,
one of these things isn't like the other.
Yeah, breakdance fighting. There's nothing with your mouth is happening.
That
you.
was a leap from rapping to beatboxing to breakdance fighting.
Silence.
Is there a Smash Mouth dialect?
Yes, that would work. I think that would work.
Spencer, you know how we have like
Smash Mouth singing is the Cockney of that planet.
Yeah, or like I was gonna say Fringlish, right? Where it's like French and English combined.
Fringlish.
Yeah.
Smash Mouth is like the combination of spoken and singing.
It literally, it's in the name.
I hear that, but also when the bass start coming in, they don't stop coming. Keep whirling and I hit the ground running.
So then would 90s grunge, not is it grunge? Grunge rock with like your Eddie Vedder
You
and
say
Pearl
that
Jam.
like you didn't grow up through it.
yeah. Is it grunge?
Is it grunge?
Is that what
That's-
the kids call it?
The
Is it?
grunge
No, I
area
was- I was-
is
I was
very
alive in it.
dirty. It's the dirty part
Yeah,
of the
grunge.
planet. It's very poor.
Yeah.
What about it? I mean, it's all singing. I don't know if
Everybody's in flannel shirts, first of all, so it's kind of cold.
Like so you feel that would be poor?
Not necessarily poor, but like dingy.
So, Danger, that's fair. I have a reverse
Interesting.
question to ask here.
A reverse question. So you have an answer?
Got him.
He said
what?
cokenly.
I yelled my time.
Luciano was
defeated me.
bossing. Luciano was bossing. He came out with the haymaker. Oh my
Give him the 1-2 to the face.
to the solar plexus clothesline.
I came around the corner. He just Superman punched me and fucking knocked me out.
That's okay. If you're Darben, all that happens is you stand up again.
Yeah, that's fair. I am going to Darbend this. So, on the musical planet, if singing is talking,
Is
you know how on
talking
Earth?
singing?
Well, I want to know. Like on Earth, we listen to music as
Right.
as a form of relaxation.
Oh no, I
so
know
if
where
singing
this is
talking,
going.
what is the replacement to relax them?
Podcasts.
Our podcast.
Podcast, yeah.
Podcast?
Oh, just ours? Just
Just
the
ours.
one. Okay.
Our
You know,
podcast is classical music.
If our podcast is the thing they relax to,
Yeah.
Darben was right, and I support her actions.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because in one timeline, our podcast never ends, and we are
that's
we are
true.
sustained.
called this episode.
Yeah.
Never. I'm not trying to. I'm not shading.
No,
I'm
I
saying
thi-
like
I
in
think
that
they-
timeline, it never ends. We
They're,
have we get financial gain from that ongoing, never-ending podcast. We have food tubes going into our bodies.
Incel
Why?
Spencer
Why?
shirts are sold
He said
worldwide.
cokedly again.
Whoa.
No, I was gonna say the what they listen to is slam poetry. That's their like
That's
heavy metal or something,
is
or
that
punk
not
rock.
singing?
It's more like punk rock.
Is
I
that
think.
not singing?
Music may be the language of the land, but talking is the language of the soul.
Yeah. Nice.
Hey, Lin Manuel Spencer. No, thank you.
That's
I'm not throwing away my shot. Don't just like my country. I'm scrappy and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
1492 West Latovich. Yep.
in Atlanta, that's just a regular play.
I'm gonna get myself some Asgardian meth. Go to smoking. Sorry.
I'm tired of leaving the toilet seat down. Don't you tell me to move you in my place round.
Next question. The Kree. Apparently, the Kree got into a little bit of a civil war when the AI was destroyed. Oopsies. What were they fighting about? I understand that the AI wasn't there to direct them. What were the things they were fighting about? that caused
Stolen
them-
elections. Sorry.
Oh no!
Get out of here!
Inside job.
Redneck leg knee.
Get out of here!
Sorry.
Yeah, what were they fighting about? And how did it destroy the entire planet?
So let's just set up this a little bit. Because
Alright.
the Kree planet was a fully functioning society with when the AI was alive. Or
Yeah, it was like-
whatever,
it was like-
operational.
I think they said at one point the Kree race had populated 20%.
25%. 25% of the galaxy. Yeah.
of the
yeah.
known galaxy.
Wait, so why do they need this one planet then?
It's the capital.
Yeah. it's the whole
Whatever. Go to
planet.
one of you fucking 25% of the galaxy.
man.
You got 1,000
Hey,
planets.
focus. That's not
Sorry,
what we're talking
sorry.
about. I want to know what they were fighting
How-
about. 'Cause
how
they had
did Hala-
25% of other planets.
Yeah. How
So-
did Hala get fucked? Is the question.
Well, if the AI went down, I assume it took down the Wi-Fi.
Okay. There.
And that's it.
Explain. Yeah.
Yeah.
No internet. Civil
internet.
100%.
No,
Nobody
no.
could
but-
watch their TikToks.
So they were fighting. They were fighting over boredom. Like I understand the Wi-Fi is gone, but what was the goal? No more Wi-Fi. If I win the Civil War, what am I winning?
The internet.
It's gone. The AI is gone.
No, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
They think both sides think the other side has the internet,
Yeah.
and if they win
We're,
the war,
we're
they
stealing the internet from
they
you.
win the
Internet
internet.
And it's
The
that
other-
and it's that little black box from IT Crowd that they show.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other side, they've got the internet. I saw the box. I saw it.
I saw it.
I told you I
That
seen
is to
it.
say, I've
Is
seen
this,
it.
is this from the south of Holland? That's what's happening here?
So it's the south
Southern
of
region.
Hala versus the north of Hala, which is the English
Yeah.
accents.
Yeah.
By God, I think they might have the internet over there. I think they have the internet down south.
Is that where Tessa Thompson's English accent comes from? The north of Holland?
I saw a
Well,
man.
she's Asgardian.
I saw
I
a
know.
man from the south side of Hala, and he was
Had
looking
a
at
black box.
he was looking at a gram on the Insta. I tell you, and
A gram on the Insta.
and I don't believe he could do that
gram.
unless he had the internet. So I do believe we must massacre their children and eat their flesh, because therefore we will inhale the internet into our bones.
Yes.
Ergo,
you
vis-a-vis.
I'm sorry, that was Creastagram he was talking about.
He was on
Creastagram?
Creastagram. I saw
Creastagram.
Creastagram. He was looking at a big-titted woman.
Why? Why?
Like,
Why?
Spencer, you are on a roll. Why do you continue doing the accent? You know your accent morphs. You're going to end up at Michael Caine again.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm Michael Caine. And I believe that we need this planet to have
I
internet.
believe they have the internet. Yeah.
And I've got a question for you.
Oh God.
Did you see that sexy girl on Creastagram?
See?
Because I don't have access.
I've never seen an accent run away from a person.
When I just want to know when Gollum's showing up. That's all I'm waiting for.
Hold on. Kane.
Let the man
Caine.
cook.
Michael
Yeah.
Caine.
There
My
you go.
name is Mike Cocaine.
He has to reset. He has to reset with that, so you can keep going. Every sentence you have to say that, and then you can continue.
You start and you finish with your name.
Yeah.
It's Michael Caine. I want that Cree internet. I'm Michael Caine.
There you go. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Flawless,
And
flawless
scene.
execution.
I'm Michael Caine, says Michael Caine.
Don't no. You
No,
got
he
it,
ran
nailed
away
it.
from you
No,
again.
I lost it.
Don't. It's gone. It's gone. Let's
Transformers.
there it is. Let's review this movie. We place all the movies we watch on S tier scale. S is the top. F is the bottom. Have you ever given out S's?
Yeah,
Never given an S.
I have.
I
You
have.
and I have.
Yeah.
Well, all
What'd you
three of
give
us
an S
have,
to?
except D&D.
Yeah.
I've never given an S.
No, you haven't.
Hey, Chris
Because you hate
has.
fun, as it
Yeah.
has been
You
established.
do hate fun.
No, S should be like fucking really good.
If no movies are S, then your scale is fucked. And you're only
No,
using
Godfather
A to
Part
F.
2 is S.
We didn't watch that movie.
That
I
doesn't
know.
exist.
When we do.
When we do.
We let you pick movies, and you pick horrible ones. Why don't you pick a good one? Why don't you pick a movie you like?
All right, guys, we're reviewing Godfather Part 2.
No, we're not
No,
watching that.
no,
That's
no.
stupid. You're dumb for suggesting it. But
I am.
anyways, let me hear your review of this movie.
Who? Pourquoi?
Poor Spencer.
That's not how French
This
works.
this movie is not going to get an S, I'll tell you that much. This movie was...
What?
This movie, the plot was like paper thin, and I just, when it was over, I was like, that's it? And that's my review. I give it a D.
Oh, wow.
In and out.
Like, that's it. Yeah.
In and out.
Can you?
He's not staying the night. He's like, I gotta go. Put it.
I have places to go, and yeah.
I got a Guardian meth to smoke,
Can you
okay?
balance?
I will try. So I like Marvel movies now are so formulaic to the point where you know kind of the beats, and like Spencer said, I agree. The plot here is paper thin. I don't know if you guys were, but I was very thrown off by the CG. Was very poor at points, like especially when they were animating Captain Marvel doing the Captain Marvel stuff, like punching and kicking, and it looked all rubbery and should look like a PS2 game. The acting was decent as it usually is, good even, not just
No,
decent.
we didn't even talk. Sorry,
What?
we didn't even
Go ahead.
talk about fucking Alison Brie's acting.
Well, because it wasn't there.
She did not.
Yeah,
appear in
she
this
didn't
movie,
act.
so
Sorry.
that's why-
How
Can I
can we
just add
talk
that to my
about something?
review?
How can
No.
we talk about
No,
something
no.
that never
No,
happened?
asterisk. Alison Brie I don't understand how she's a lead character actor in a movie. It's like she's reading off paper.
Hey,
The
hey,
paper
Spencer?
she reads off is thicker than the
Spencer?
paper thin plot of this
Spencer,
film.
I need you to stop. Alison Brie was not in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay, I
yeah.
didn't
It was
realize.
Brie Larson, but close enough.
Alison Brie, I apologize.
Alison Brie's actually
You're-
an excellent actress.
You're a good actress.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. I'm a big fan. I
This
just
is like,
ruined.
This is like Matt saying this is a like Kamala Khan vehicle in the beginning.
I wouldn't even
I'm
let
sorry.
Matt correct me. I kept on talking over him.
Yeah.
I thought he was cutting me off. Alison Brie, I apologize. Brie Larson in this movie is like she doesn't give a fuck. I know she can act. She was like in that movie, The Room, or just Room. It was like an Oscar-winning movie, and she's
She
been in
was
stuff where
on
she can
Scott
act.
Pilgrim. She did a really good job
She's
there.
good in
even
Scott Pilgrim.
small
In this
things.
movie, she seems like she's bored out of her fucking mind. I don't understand.
Because she probably is.
This has got to be just a paycheck
Hey,
for her.
hey, Spencer,
Sorry.
let it go, bro.
Anyway, as I was saying
can't.
in my review, thank you very much. Other than Alison Brie, I mean Brie Larson, everybody was fine.
Too soon.
Yeah. But it was like it's not that it wasn't fun, but it was kind of meh. It was like a warm a glass of warm water with toasted no butter. So definition of a C to me, this one. Would not watch it again. Didn't hate watching it, but it's like a non-movie. That's what I have to say.
Great. Spencer, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, this movie.
Why would you do this? You know he would say yes.
Let
This
it
movie-
go,
This movie's
bro.
so forgettable that I had trouble recalling it for this podcast.
I'm just gonna bleep that out.
That's
Chris,
because you didn't watch it, as usual.
as usual, Chris, what
Guilty
do you
as
got?
charged.
So saw this movie in the theater with Matt. Honestly, had fun. Like it was, it's fun, and there are good aspects to it. I agree with careful anchor to the correct
Easy.
actress. I agree with the Brie Larson points. I agree. Fairly wooden. Fairly wooden. Like so wooden, you'd be an ent.
Nicely done. I approve
try.
of this.
I sometimes I don't I steer away from the cockedly aspect. So yeah, again, I enjoyed a lot of the movie, but based on our entire time reviewing it here, the rating boils down to a C for me as well. It wasn't even close to being a B. Like I wanted it to do really well.
Yeah.
I bet you it's closer to a
Close
D
to a-
than a
it is.
C is to
It
a B.
is, yeah.
So but we don't do decimals. So yeah.
give it a D.
C
You know in your heart it's
.5.
right.
C .5.
So C for me. I didn't rewatch the movie like due to real life. I wanted to, but it didn't. This is the only time that's happened where I just let it go, bro, and didn't do that. So I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. Should you watch it? Watch it one time. Have a drink. Have a Coke. Sniff and a smile. And
Watch
put
it
your feet up.
cokedly.
Yeah,
Watch it
Watch
cokedly.
it cokedly. There you go.
Get some
that's the way.
celestial chronic and just let go and let it wash over you, and then enjoy the stinger at the end with Beast and the alternate photon spectrum.
Fucking whack.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this thing.
It was great. I'm glad Kelsey Grammer was still Beast, but anyway.
It didn't happen in the movie. We're not
Fair.
talking about it.
Okay.
Let's not.
Since when do we
You know
do
what?
that?
If you wanted to talk about it, you should have brought it up fucking through the last
I
half an
tr-
hour
I
and a half
tried.
we talked about. No, we're done. We're fucking reviewing. You got to
All
learn how to
right, give
pace
it a
your time.
D, Matt. Give it a D.
No, I'm not giving it a D.
Yeah, do it.
No.
Do
no.
it.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm giving it a C
Oh.
because the movie wasn't bad.
Cowards.
There were parts where it was really fun, and if they had given Alison Larson better acting direction,
Brie.
Alison Brie Larson
Yes.
better direction. She's not. I gotta believe that they gave her bad direction, or they wanted her to be the straight woman so that Kamala and Monica could cook a bit more. But it just made her boring. They could have all
Yeah.
been, because she was better in the first movie. Even she had more.
She wasn't
like-
great in that
Not
either,
by
though.
much.
but
yeah.
she had more witty quips and stuff going on. And so anyway, but overall the movie was The scenes were fine. The main story plot was okay. The secondary story plots could have not existed. So it's to see. I watched it. Maybe it's because Chris and I went to the theater and we had a good time. But it was fine. Would I watch it again? No.
Was I invited to that? By the way, the movie.
You were.
Yeah, you told us to go fuck ourselves. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
I don't recall this.
That's what you said to me directly.
Oh, I think you said, "Oh, we're going to the movies. Do you want to come?" I said, "Fuck yeah, let's go." You said we're seeing the Marvels. I said, "Fuck you, I'm out."
That's
That's what he said.
Hey, incel Spencer, you get on out of here. You get. Let's try. I'm on to you. But yeah. As Chris said, watch this maybe cockedly, and you'll have a okay time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care. Next week. We are watching The Monkey King. And when I say we're watching The Monkey King, there are many versions, I believe, of Monkey King movies, if I'm not mistaken. And so let's be a little clear on what we're going to watch. What year is it from? It was from 2023, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So it's the
What
2023
year
Monkey King
is it?
movie. And let me just find out here who stars in it to help you all out get the right movie.
Jimmy O Yang, yo.
What's
Yeah,
the date,
yeah.
Chris?
Yeah. Jimmy O Yang, Joe Coy, Bowen Yang,
Wow.
Jolie Hoang, Rappaport.
Jolie
Stephanie Sue is in it too? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Stephanie Sue is in it. So it is The Monkey King, the 2023 film on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to watch that. Second cartoon we've watched? Third cartoon. Third animated movie we watched.
Cartoon.
We've watched.
Who
Cartoon,
are
Hey,
what
man.
are you,
Cartoon.
50? What are you, a
Yeah.
boomer?
I wish I was.
Okay, boomer.
We're going to watch that movie. I don't know.
What was
I don't know why Spencer is allowed to talk.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Okay, boomer.
He said cockedly. Indeed.
Check out The Monkey King. Watch it with us, and then listen to us. I don't know how you live your life. Do it however you want. We good? Everybody happy?
The
Everybody satisfied?
enthusiasm exploding off of him.
Listen, you've killed my will to make any more effort for this podcast.
Listen, I'm sorry I called you a boomer. That was too far.
He came in with not a lot of it, and we killed whatever was left of it. Let's be honest.
It's
we always
fine.
do this.
It's what you guys do. But
Aww.
The Monkey King.
We should make a clip
Listen.
of Matt introducing the show and him saying the outro, and leave just to hear the energy
just
change.
measure energy levels.
Hey, everybody! And it's like, oh, okay, we're done.
Oh god.
You know what would be
I've gotta
great?
Pull this up a notch.
You know what would be great if we could just, stop this episode.
Just stop. No, just stop.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm going to make sure that as I start this podcast, I'm going to start at the highest level possible. Come join us as Luciano, Spencer, Chris tear my soul to absolute nothing.